It's the NFL playoffs on EA Sports. No bigger stage than this one. Sold out MetLife Stadium, located just outside of New York City. Today, it's the second of 3 games here on Wild Card Sunday, as it'll be the Detroit Lions taking on the New York. The Lions offense getting ready for business here as we begin this NFC wildcard matchup. And the focus of the offense all season long has been this man, their star running back. He has been exceptional.
He's coming up with a tremendous season, but as we all know, that won't mean a whole lot. These guys can't advance out this first weekend of the playoffs, so he's going to need to be at his very best to get his teammates through to the divisional round.
And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game of the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end,
and all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 51 yards. And the Giants are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. You talk about rookies having big statistical years. He had a boatload of these in the regular season, more than one per game, and now he has his first here in the playoffs.
And it shows off his big playability, too, because we saw this quite a bit in college, and it's certainly continued here at the next level. Another explosive play for a guy who's made them all season long.
So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. And following that punt, which turned out as well as it possibly could have, this offense has 99 yards to go to the other end zone.
And the defense is frothing at the mouth with a chance to get points themselves. If they tackle a runner in the end zone, safety. And if there's a holding call in the end zone, that's also safety as well. So either way you decide to go on offense, you've got to be careful.
And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. 93 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Right back to him on first down. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's Aiden Hutchinson. He was determined to blow that play up, and he sure did. On second down, they'll try and run the counter. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. On third down, they'll try and pick it up with a counter. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one good for 33 and a first. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. A throw left sideline falls incomplete. Second and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm crazy. And a nice little quick spin move before he's dropped. And a pretty good gain. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Giants have broken our tie as they take the lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
possession switching back to the New York Giants. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say,
he's on his way. Touchdown, Giants. A great effort there. Doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Giants are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, still in the first quarter, and look out. I mean, they are on pace for over 80 points in this game. I don't know that they'll get there, CD, but this has been impressive to watch so far.
that certainly would be history in the making, wouldn't it, partner? I'm glad we're here to actually watch and see if it actually happens, although, like you, I have my doubts, but they are firmly in control of this game.
Set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? Second quarter and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play, but sometimes it's okay to dream big because they're
focusing on the fourth quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him. And, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far.
At the 34-yard line.
Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. A good first down call as the screen play gets him 9.
And good yardage there on first down because sometimes all you need to do on the screen is get one key block. That might set your man free, and that was pretty good pursuit to the football defensively. But it could have gone for more.
He takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 27 yards there, a first down.
And that was a beautifully executed screen pass. He let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you get all that open space with big guys leading the way.
And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will. To throw is Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. This offense continues to be a hot knife through butter. 3 drives, 3 scores, and knocking on the door again. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 5 there on the sack to bring up second and goal.
At the Lions' 9-yard line.
380.
They'll try and run this one right up the gut. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal.
It's now 3rd and goal.
Here's Wilson. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
Incomplete. Intended for his running back. It's now 4th down and goal.
There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They'll start this drive out on the ground. Evades the tackler, and now some space. He's got a full head of steam. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Giants continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. New York set to take the field.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
He's got room at the 30, and he gets this one down to the 24. It's a giant first down on a gain of 16.
First and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Well, partner, they've used him quite well out of the backfield in this one. And here's another nice example. They set up the screen, and he's able to pick his way downfield for a nice gain there.
There's Wilson to throw. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And they work this near the 5. He'll be stopped at the 6. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a first and goal.
Now Wilson. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. From 6 yards away. And the Giants are able to widen their lead here in this first half. So it takes them just 3 plays here to find the end zone. And you remember, of course, this was all set up by their defense.
Yeah, they got the stop on 4th down, so I imagine the offense said to their defense, thank you very much for this great starting field position. And like you said, 3 plays later, they're in the end zone.
Another drive coming up for New York's offense. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. Down the left sideline. How about this? He's to the 10. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. A great play there. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Giants extend their lead yet again.
You get in a second and long situation down here in the red zone, I'd say most defensive coaches would think pass, let's bring some pressure. So this is kind of a tendency breaker here to hit him with something on the ground, and he'll take it all the way into the end zone.
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
They go play action with Wilson. Open man, that's Malik Neighbors. Down the numbers. There he goes. And he will take it all in for a giant touchdown. Malik Neighbors, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Giants have got it on cruise control. And Charles, I had an offensive coordinator tell me one time that they design every play to score. I don't know how true that is, but he had to run a long way after that catch. Heck of a play.
I think that when he was telling you that, he was designing run after catch in every play. That's the only way to put it.
The Giants with one final possession here in this first half. And with only 9 seconds remaining, well, not much time, we'll see how they play this. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. It gets by him, and now a little daylight. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half. And they'll keep leaning on the running game, back to the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen here, and you never know what you're going to get in the NFL. Sometimes it goes down to the wire. Other times, it's blowout city, like what this game is shaping up to be. But hey, anything can happen, so let's go to the second half. Send it back out to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the third quarter. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run in a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working, but they run it more effectively. They may get even bigger plays in the passing game.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
And the Giants first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Another big gainer, 2 in succession, as this one goes for 32. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And they will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Giants come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. I guess it kind of goes without saying at this point, but he's had a great game, as we like to say, a nose for the end zone, no doubt.
Continues to find it throughout this game, and I'm sure he's got a nice place to live. He might want to make an offer on the end zone for a second home because that's what it's been like throughout this contest. He knows how to get there, and boy, he looks happy when he does.
He's already bought all the property in the end zone. That's the problem. He's going to sell to himself now. Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. There he goes, left side. And all the way down to the 9. Well, hang on a second here, because on that last play, it appears one of the Giants shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. Throwing is Wilson. Bellinger hauls it in out left side. Nice job defensively to hold him to 4, and now it's 2nd and goal. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
And it's caught. Touchdown! Russell Wilson now with 4 touchdown passes on the afternoon. And the Giants just continue to roll. Well, look, this is a team, Charles, they faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division, but they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game, a message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
Set to go again as we look at the back heading onto the field again. We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen, they see the blocks happen, they feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot. Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. Here's Wilson. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now he's into the clear again. He may go. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. A great effort there. 64 yards. And the Giants get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Now out come the Giants. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
At the 45-yard line.
Now it's Wilson. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here.
The tackle made back at the 39-yard line.
Now Wilson. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. Oh, he shifts past him. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. A gain of 32 that time. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Throwing again here, Wilson. And that throw behind his man. He missed him, incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns. And it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
The 2-yard line.
Wilson. And he will take it all in for a Giant touchdown. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. New York set to take the field. And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. There he goes again. He may go. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Giants Giants add 6 more to their point total, and they're on cruise control right now here in the fourth. New York ready to go again offensively. We paid this offense plenty of compliments already, but, I mean, they are deserving as they start another series. To be leading by this much with so much time left to play in the fourth. Charles, it's really been impressive to watch.
It has been, and you have to think to yourself, the preparation that went into this, and the absolute focus that they kept throughout in order to have this kind of a result, this is Super Bowl-esque, and they've got to feel awfully good about what they put out there today.
Now it's Wilson. Now they go screen. It's complete. They're able to avoid him at the 40. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. And they get 17 more on that one and another first down.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide, and these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down. Play action, now Wilson. That's complete. It's Neighbors. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown. A 6-yard touchdown run. And the Giants are pouring it on.
Well, this offensive line.
Here comes the Giants offense back out onto the field. I'm just wondering, do they want to add on to this gigantic lead? My guess, given how they like to play and how explosive this offense is, Charles, that they're not content being up by this margin. They probably want more.
And if they do go and get more, oh, look out. At that point, let's just aim the camera for the post-game handshake, because that one might be a little bit on the tense side, the way that this one is turning out.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at the 23-yard line.
New York set to take the field. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the fourth quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they got it going today.
The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Wilson wants to throw it. Over the middle, taken in by Neighbors. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They'll look to throw now on first down. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's got this down to the 35. The Giants going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Off the play fake, here's Wilson. That one taken in by Neighbors. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. So that is going to tie an NFL record that has stood for more than 70 years. 7 touchdown passes in one game. It was first done by Sid Luckman of the Bears in 1943, then by Adrian Burke of the Eagles in 54, and now that mark equaled here in this one. And a wild card win moves them on to the divisional round.
Everyone plays all year long for the right to get into the tournament, as they like to call it. Wild card, divisional, doesn't matter to them. One moves on, one goes home.
Ask anybody in the building. They say they're Super Bowl bound. A playoff win will do that for you. Coach has to keep everyone focused. They'll need 2 more wins first.